Greetings subs and visitors, I am back again, this time to discuss the multi-layered construct. You could call it harmonic resonance, quantum resonance, fractal reality, geometric unity, the unified field, and it's in relation to the human overlay. So each layer plays a role, and the scripted layer, i.e. the world stage, the drama, the distractions, the control, it's the illusion of choice, shaped by external forces, governments, media, ideology. And this layer conditions the persona, your identity within the story. So we'll begin with the simulated layer, the coded engine beneath the stage, where reality is data, governed by rules, patterns, and probabilities, where time and space are illusions, rendered to support the narrative. The body is an avatar and the world is an interactive code. The scripted layer is the most visible yet illusory part of our reality. It's the layer we often mistake for the whole because it's where we live our day-to-day lives, bound by time, language, culture, law, and identity. The harmonic layer is the unseen current of truth, beauty, and coherence. This is where nature, emotion, intuition, and consciousness resonates. It allows you to align with deeper meaning, flow, and synchronicity. Then we look at the fourth layer, the mathematical layer, the divine architecture. All layers obey underlying codes, geometry, proportion, vibration, and number. This is the template upon which all other layers run. So ultimately, reality is composed of vibrations or frequencies. Therefore, harmony only occurs when energies are aligned and coherent. Everything operates in vibrational alignment or resonance. And dissonance or conflict and chaos in the human experience arises from being out of tune with the harmonic field of the universe. The physical reality arises from patterns of harmonic ratios, such as those seen in string theory, Pythagorean tuning, or sacred geometry. And nature, music, intuition, love, dreams, and deep synchronicities reflect the harmonic layer of reality that coexists beneath the scripting. The way I see it is that we exist within a layered reality where multiple frameworks of existence operate simultaneously. And a holographic multi-layered system where scripted, simulated, harmonic, and mathematical realities interact, sometimes in conflict and sometimes in resonance. And your awareness or your conscious perception is what determines which layer you live from. Our scripted reality, or the human overlay, is defined by systems of control, media, politics, economy, and belief systems. And it feels like a stage set with predetermined choices and societal conditioning. It operates through narratives, algorithms, surveillance, and conformity. The simulated reality, or the digital quantum substrate, is reality as code or information, potentially a rendering process, and time, matter, even selfhood may be illusions of a more fundamental computation. And what we call reality in a simulation would be indistinguishable from what we think of as real, created by a more advanced intelligence or fundamental computational structure. For example, this means that our universe may be the output of code, or our experiences are rendered as needed, much like a video game world. The real hardware or processing system is outside of the simulation, and reality exists as a probability until observed. Then it collapses into a definite state, like rendering pixels only when a player moves to a new area in a game. In relation to mathematical foundations, everything in reality, from planetary orbits to brainwaves, follows mathematical rules. If math underpins everything, perhaps it's not just describing the universe, it is the universe. And DNA is described as a 4-letter code. Reality is possibly a binary or quantum code at its root. And consciousness is perhaps a decoder or observer within the system. Consciousness is not simulated, but rather it is outside the simulation, interfacing with it. And the soul or observer is eternal. The physical world is Maya, in essence, a construct. We do not live in a simulation, we live through one. The simulation is not fake, it's real, with its own rules, but not the ultimate reality. And the resonant layer exists beyond manipulation, which emerges through frequency, vibration, and coherence, accessible through nature, dreams, deep consciousness, sacred geometry, and intuition. It's everything. It's where everything aligns: thought, matter, time, and spirit in perfect flow. Imagine reality not as a machine, but a symphony. Everything from atoms to galaxies to emotions vibrates, and those vibrations interact. When they resonate, harmony occurs. When they clash, dissonance arises. String theory suggests particles are tiny vibrating strings. Atoms vibrate at specific frequencies. Even your brainwaves, alpha, beta, and theta, are frequency bands. Cymatics shows how sound frequencies organize particles into sacred geometric shapes. Ancient temples used resonant acoustics to alter consciousness. And coherence is when systems like the heart, the brain, and the breath are in sync. It leads to clarity, health, and peace. Dissonance is noise, disharmony, inner conflict, which leads to confusion, imbalance, and illness. The goal is not perfection, but alignment or balance, which means you're in tune with yourself, nature, and source. Sacred geometry and universal math is structured by universal ratios, the golden ratio and Fibonacci sequence in flowers, shells, and galaxies. And the 432 Hz and 528 Hz and other healing frequencies are often used in sacred music. These patterns represent the natural blueprint of creation, often referred to as the music of the spheres. It is discovered, tuned into, and lived. So you are not just a player in the script or a character in the simulation. You are a tuning fork in the harmonic field and a fractal of the divine equation. The deeper truth isn't that life is fake, it's that life is layered. The outermost layer is the illusion, and the innermost layer is you. The conscious witness, the eternal presence, playing the game from within.